Hey everybody, welcome to the Ronlne Report. Today's guest I've been wanting to talk to for a while because my wife and I have been enjoying these cookies for a long time. They are the most delicious cookies in the world, my cookie dealer cookies. Please welcome the power couple behind this company. You know this guy already, Juan Diesel Morel and his wife Karen Morel. Welcome, guys.
Hey, hey.
What's up? Now it's a party.
Yeah, that's his catchphase. Before we talk about the cookies, I've never gotten the story on how you guys met, and I'm always fascinated by those stories. How'd you guys hook up?
How did we hook up? Do you remember?
No idea.
She was competing and I was guest posing.
Oh, okay.
It was 2011.
Okay.
I was, you couldn't tell me I wasn't big at 98 pounds, eating my rice cake, doing figure.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So it was the first.
Wow, 98 pounds? Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And I saw him pumping up in the back, exchanged a couple words. At that time, I actually owned an LLC that I started, Diesel Dolls. And I started this Diesel Dolls of like trying. So at that time, I was really, really into working out, finding out a lot of information and spending a lot of money to find out different information, like what suits are good, what suits are, what like different avenues of just all these different things. And I said, I would love to be able to help people, all the information that I have that I say, oh, this didn't work for me, or these are different avenues, and this is the kind of thing. And I started like a little clothing line, and it was like a pinup Diesel Dolls. And at that time, I had a mutual friend that said, Diesel Dolls meet Diesel.
Yeah.
And so it was actually really funny. People think that people called me Diesel Dolls because of him.
Yes.
But I actually had this LLC since 2009.
Wow. Thank you. Because I always assumed that you started the company Diesel Dolls because Juan Diesel. Wow. What a crazy coincidence. And you ended up marrying a guy named Diesel. Who knew? Wow.
So we dated in November, got engaged in January, and married that summer.
Wow.
And now we're on 10 years.
Wow. And I know, is it just the one daughter I see all the time?
No. Yep. She's
Okay.
6. She just turned 6.
I didn't know if there was another daughter that like you never show because she's not as cool or something, but just one. Okay. All right. All right. So yeah, that's interesting. So Karen, that was your company. I mean, what kind of business, what's your background? Obviously you didn't, baking, this happened later on sort of accidentally. It was a hobby and everything. So what were you doing for a living before all this?
Well, originally, my background, I went to school, I went to Penn State for hotel, restaurant, institutional management, but I actually left and I became a flight attendant. In my earlier years, throughout my whole life, I actually have been management, high-end retail. I worked under Louis Vuitton, Moet Hennessy, Lacoste, Victoria's Secret. My background is very HR, delivery operation sides of things. And then I worked for a gym, higher end gym for a while, and then I had Isabella, and when I did that, I was very everything is not for the gram, right?
You have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Then at that time Juan obviously was competing, and that was the height of his career, and I was traveling with him, so we would travel around the world. We were doing everything from New Zealand to South Africa, Brazil, and I was doing those things as well. And I'm always a hustler. I'm always that person that has, I'm very thankful. I went from a 6-figure career to being able to have one, be the breadwinner, but that was hard for me. I would never want to have to ask to buy something. So what I decided, at that time, we had so many friends that were female competitors, and I started being the liaison with their suits. So these girls that are spending $8,000, $5,000 on these beautiful suits, they wear them once, like anything, like a wedding dress, and then they don't wear it again. So I was kind of this liaison that they would send me all their suits. At one point, I had over 300 suits. And all the girls would come and they would rent out suits, and I'd mail them, and I would adjust, and I would sew, and I would do all of that. And through that, I started also doing makeup for the shows too. So I would do that. And then I started baking for Juan, just one off, because my husband, when we met, we were both foodies. So when he would go, I would go to the gym. I would bake him like little muffins and just bake him stuff early in our relationship. He gave me slack one day about me not baking anymore. Now, mind you,
I had to say, now that you got me, we're married, you don't pay for me anymore.
So I went extreme and I was baking these 10, 12 ounce crazy cookies. And I just went, and this was 2018. And I was just baking him these crazy, crazy cookies. And what he would do is he would want 1, 2, 3 different flavors, but I would make these batches of them. And so then he would bring them to the gym, to Bev's, and he would give them to friends.
So I'll eat like, because it was for Sunday, I would eat like 10, 12. She would bake like 32. Then I'll bring the rest of Bev's and share it with friends. And everybody was losing their mind. They were like, oh my God, these cookies are so good. Like, seriously. And they would like look forward to every Sunday. And they were, you guys should sell them. Then I started making posts about them. Well, I would post about them. I always post what I eat, obviously. So I would always show my cheat meals. And that's where it kind of came about, was because I would get so many DMs and so many comments, and everybody's like, oh my God, we want these cookies, we want to buy them, can you guys sell them? And it was just insane, the amount of DMs. And I was like, I think we should start selling them. I was like, people are asking. I was like, why not? So it took a lot of convincing. She didn't want to. I was like, they want to buy your cookies. Like, nobody wants to buy my cookies. They just write in these comments, nobody wants to buy them. And from that first time just long story short, from the first time that she did it and we put it, like, it just sold out immediately.
Well, what happened was our friend owns a great bakery here, and he let me use his mixer and ovens and everything. So I would go, Juan would come from his second workout at night to stay with Isabella, and I would drive 45 minutes, bake all night, bag it all, and then drive to like New Jersey or wherever, Teaneck, do makeup, and then go in the parking lot in my blacked out SUV, and I'd open the trunk to all the competitors and sell the cookies.
And that's where the name came from.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like how it evolved, is,
My cookie dealer.
my cookie dealer.
Yeah. I mean, I honestly think the cookies themselves are awesome, but I think the name, you couldn't have come up with a better marketing scheme if you'd wanted to, because everyone's got like, Joe's Cookies or Healthy. They have all these lame ass names. You guys have so many imitators, as you know, but I mean, my cookie dealer, just, it's so catchy. And you got the logo with Ron with the cartoon.
And the funny thing is that people now, you see everybody when live drop, we did that because we sell out. So, and it's just like everybody's trying to think it's a marketing scheme to like, hey, you're marketing this way and it draws people. No, we sell out. Like, we have so many media that came and seen our warehouse, how many cookies get packed, bagged, and shipped out. It's insane. So it's like, it's like, if you don't know, if you haven't been there, you haven't seen, you could think, well, they lying about the numbers. No, we had media come in there multiple times. I mean, if you go to our webpage, I mean, you've seen Channel 11 has been there, Good Morning America, like we had everybody. And the numbers are crazy. But the funny thing is that now everybody's trying to do what we do, but it's okay. At the end of the day, it's like, we love it because we know that we inspired a lot of people to pursue their dreams and stuff like that. So, we are working on a lot of good things for 2022.
Well, here's one thing I want you guys to talk about for a second is, a lot of people tried coming out with protein cookies and healthy cookies, and most of them tasted like ass. They didn't taste good. And I mean, if you're going to eat healthy, do you really need to eat a cookie when you want, my wife, we discussed this because, she tried making healthy cookies and they were okay, but like nobody was buying them. If you want a cookie and you're a bodybuilder or anybody, obviously your market is not limited to bodybuilders at all. That was probably the first people that knew about it. But, did people ever say, why don't you guys make a healthy cookie or something with like protein in it or something that's like sugar-free? Because that seems to be something some people want, but not many people. I think most people, they eat healthy 90% of the time. That time when they do have a little cheat, they want it to be good. Did you ever have that debate?
yeah, there's a lot of people that have mentioned that, and
there's a lot of things on the backside of everything that people don't see, that people see maybe a new flavor, a new thing. They don't realize how much goes into doing all of this. We've been working actually, can we say?
yeah, sure.
We've been working on a protein cookie, but it hasn't been something that we've mastered of what we want. And everybody sees something come out and they don't see the back of getting to that point. So where we've been, it's been taking us a really long time because it's important not losing our cookie and our flavor, these things. So there is something in the works. So now you're the first one to know, and it's gonna be great, but it won't be out until it is.
Now we gotta, since we brought it up, now we gotta actually move it a lot quicker before these other individuals who wanna, you know.
They can try. Often imitated, never duplicated.
We could just say this much: it won't taste like a protein cookie.
Okay. I mean, they say imitations is most sincere form of flattery. I believe that. So I remember your drops. You would only do this, I think it was once a week, you would do the drop on Instagram, right? And like my wife would get so frustrated because it was only like a 15-minute window and everything sold out like so fast. Like if you weren't right on the ball, you'd have to wait till the next week. So was it frustrating for you trying to keep up with the demand? Because your company grew so fast. I imagine it was really tough just to keep up with all the cookies that people wanted to buy.
And that was the thing. I never promoted, I never did anything. It was all word of mouth. And, you know, I'm still one person who's a mom who's traveling the world with Juan during his very competitive time. The reason I would open the site is because maybe Augie, my friend that I'm using his bakery, what if he needed that time and I couldn't bake on certain days? So I literally, it's opposite from, you go into a bakery down the street, if they're sold out of something, they're sold out of something, right? And that's what it is. But we're used to online ordering, that I'm ordering it, I make it and do it. I wasn't in that position. I can only bake as much as I humanly could and then sell it. And that is why it became the way that it did. It was me doing all of that and then selling it. So even when we bought our own bakery, we were actually at the Japan Pro when he was winning. The Japan Pro, and I'm signing all the paperwork internationally. So like it was really, really, really crazy. And it was frustrating because I'm making cookies to make people happy. Like I love it. It's exciting. And then people were saying really mean things about not getting the cookies you sold out. And it hurt. With anything, you could get 1,000 nice and 1 mean, and that's what it is. That it hurts me because I'm a mom.
She was staying in a bakery till 4 or 5 in the morning, coming home late at that time, and I'm over here watching Isabella, and then sleeping for a few hours and heading back to bake. And it's like, everybody's getting upset. I'm like, she's trying to do as she's working hard. It's not like she's intentionally trying to make people upset. Right. So
it was hard. It was really hard, and I was really proud because I remember the first time that I sold 300 cookies. I can remember clear as day the first time that I sold 3,000 cookies. And now we're selling 30,000 3 times a week.
Wow. Yeah. Tell me how, obviously it's not just you anymore. So how long was it just you? And then how did you slowly add a staff?
It was just me for a good, my friend's bakery, I was able to kind of use some of his employees. So they would finish their shift because I would go in the second half. And so a couple of them would stay with me and work with me in that. So throughout the years.
It was, I think, 2009. It was 2019 around, I was saying around November is where we picked up a staff and started having help at the new place and stuff like that. And then we, like around like December, we had like a full staff, and then we kept growing our staff. And by the time, like a few months into 2020, that's when we actually had like, I think by June, July of 2020, we probably were up to like 50 employees.
Wow.
Yeah, so we grew so fast. It was just we, like everything, if we learned so much. It was, it was very hard because it was like, it just exploded. And it was like the rate, even in our Shopify shows, we're 1% of a company in Shopify. So it's like, we grew so fast and it was just so hard we learned as we went, and we made so many mistakes and still make mistakes, but now we learn and we know so much more about business. It's just, it was, very like overwhelming, and and it's like, oh my God, like, whoa, and then you did this and it was wrong, or you did that and it was right. Oh wow, this is good. I mean, I learned how to do routes. It may sound easy, but you know how like FedEx and UPS do routes of, let's say, whatever it is, 200 packages and stuff like that. We were routing thousands of packages per week that we do local. Not only do we ship worldwide, but we do our own local deliveries.
So we have a fleet of vehicles that, it's wild.
So we have a fleet of vehicles for my cookie dealer. Right now, we're currently Teslas, but we're doing anywhere like 3,000 of our own local deliveries. So, and that's us, that we learned how to do all that route. And I tell you, I mean, the first time we did that, it was crazy. Like, we didn't sleep for, I think, because we had to get all these packages out. We had to learn how to do this, and it was just.
But we went through all these things, and it's funny now to look back at. We were just talking about this the other day. We used to, so you would print out all these labels of where this is it, and you would use this program, and like we did like a back end way of doing stuff that I can use a program because it's not really meant for that. And my nephew, who's really, really smart with Excel, was able to write this program out that we could do this. And we would be calling out names like Samantha Smith. Okay, she's number 72. And you'd write that on the box. And then throughout time, we're like, oh, we can alphabetize this and do that. And you go through all these crazy things to now get to this point that you're like, wow, that was crazy.
Now it takes, minutes to do that, as before it took 12 hours, 24 hours to get it right. And it was like
my sister came. She has 5 kids, and she is a teacher out. She lives about 8 hours away, and she would drive Monday through Friday, because she's a teacher, over the summer and come help me.
Wow.
And I'm not born and raised in Long Island. I'm from California. So like Long Island to me is still foreign. I just take $4.95 and that's all, because I really don't know anything. So I print Long Island, and I'm like doing all the maps of the zip codes, and we would take the orders and then spend from 8 at night until 2, 3 in the morning making it. And now here we are, but nobody sees all that. Like,
right. So the 2 other questions I have about these cookies, they're huge cookies. Did anyone ever say your cookies are too big because they feel guilty for eating such a massive cookie?
I mean, most people are happy. You will get people to complain about everything. Every now and then you'll have people, but most of the time, to be honest, is no, they're happy and they love it.
A lot of our customers too, like, do really fun things that share them. They'll put them like on a charcuterie board, and they'll like name them, and they'll have like little get-togethers. So it's a fun way for everybody to taste it. We have a small percent that's bodybuilding. We're big in the other part of the world. Yeah. So bodybuilders are happy because they love the size, and everybody, like, it's fun.
Yeah. So I want to know, where do you come up with the flavors, and where do you come up with the names? Is it 100% Karen? Because some of these flavors are insane, and obviously you have to come up with a unique name for every single cookie. I come up with
a flavor here and there, but it's like, we'll sit down and we'll go over ideas and stuff like that, and she's coming out with every single one. And out of every hundreds that she comes up with, I might come up with 1, 2,
The reason that it started in that way, that it wasn't just a chocolate chip cookie, and he likes all the different fun flavors and things. So during COVID, it was really hard to get things in. So you would order 50 pounds of, I don't know, Reese's peanut butter cups. 20 pounds come, but I've got Oreos that came in. Okay, so we'll mix these 2 because it's not enough of one or this, right? So that's really, really how things started to happen. I was getting shorted on so much stuff that I had to, it wasn't enough for me to do things with it. So it was that I have a whole room in the back. I have two different rooms in my bakery. I've got a room of just like the mix-ins of different things. And then I've got a chocolate room of everything from M&Ms to Hershey bars and just all different things. So inspirationally, just walk through there and kind of get those different ideas. And I don't know.
Yeah. Is there, you must come up with like experimental cookies. How many cookies do we never find out about? Because you taste them, you're like, nah.
There was a while that like I had things in my head. There was a bacon one that did not ever come out. I wanted this bacon maple, like it didn't,
I tasted about 10 cookies before I got here today. So, and probably out of those 10, maybe 2 of them will be coming out. So,
okay. I thought I heard my wife say something about a bacon cookie coming out.
That digressed. I didn't nail it. And it was one of those things that it wasn't, was it okay? Yeah. I mean, honestly, I did one cookie at one time and I called it the Slugworth. Do you know who Slugworth was from
Willy Wonka? Yeah.
So I did it to see what other companies might do. I said I should do something just so crazy. And then people actually loved it, which is funny. It's funny.
Do you think the quarantine helped you guys in the aspect that people weren't going out to restaurants or anything for, Jesus, there's still a lot of them still aren't going. People were shut inside their houses. What do you do when you got nothing to do? You eat and you want something delicious. And I think if you've tried like one of your cookies, you're gonna, I can't imagine you must have like all repeat customers. I can't imagine people would try your cookies and not keep buying them. It must be because they're addictive.
That's my background is retail. 20s, high 30s is insane to have retention. We're at 87% retention.
Wow. Yeah. There you go.
And that's our, once they taste and have, they love us and they stay with us. We're so, we and everything too. I come from very customer service driven background. I can't tell you if we've messed something up, we'll fix it. Most everything is going to be more on the delivery side of it. That's why it was really imperative that we took on all of our locals. And it's cool. I mean, some people are ordering right now and we'll get it within the hour.
Wow.
And we have just finished bagging our last one, probably 11:40. So people also don't see that too when they think like we've got all of these cookies. We're literally counting them, and there's certain ones that have flavors that will blow up, and so that's why we have to be really particular about how many cookies we put on the site and different things like that, because it comes down to, I remember twice, and I'm never that one to ever like want like a flavor, like it's a cookie off. There's 1,000 other ones, but twice there were 2 cookies on 2 separate times. I said, oh, just leave one on my desk because that's the one that I really want. And I felt so bad because my assistant Caitlin was like, I had to use that cookie, we needed it. And of course I'm not gonna not give it to the customer, but I'll never ask for a cookie because I know that's gonna be the one sold out.
Do you have any idea how many different flavors you've come up with so far since you started?
Over 3,000.
Wow. And is there a top seller?
Well, it's hard to say because like maybe one flavor we've never done again. Maybe we did it once and never did it again and it sold out right away. Or there's, the strawberry toaster pastry, which we use the Pop-Tarts in the batter. For me, you wouldn't know this either. That jam that I use, it's like a preservative. It took me, my distributor, I think, had to hate me for the longest time. I was just getting samples after samples because it had to have the right amount of actually having the strawberry in it. Like I like to feel I'm really particular about those things. So it's not just like Smuckers that you just would, it's really, really important to find those things. I put a lot of effort into making sure that it has the ingredients that are really, really awesome.
There is a flavor called Juan's favorite, isn't there?
Yes.
Is that still your favorite? Or have you?
One of them.
Yeah.
It's one of them. I have many favorites now.
It would be hard. It's hard to pick.
Yeah.
You're the one that's called Juan's favorite. It's like is like a chocolate oatmeal, chocolate chip
I
oatmeal.
love walnuts. Yeah, so it's like
Walnuts, yeah.
not walnut. I love like peanuts and stuff. So it's like that chocolate chip and walnut. It's like I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
So like you said, you don't really have to advertise, correct? Your cookies kind of sell themselves at this point, right?
We're really blessed, especially at the beginning. We were approached by the New York Times. We were printed on the Sunday paper.
Wow.
We were in the Doctors. We were on Good Morning America. We were actually the first pop-up ever in the Empire State Building for their 90th anniversary. They picked us to be their first pop-up. Like all of these things, people always ask me, who does your media? I'm like, me. I don't do anything. And I think that's part of the allure, is that people think that
we don't reach out. They reach out to us. We talk. And we've been fortunate and lucky, and we've been called the cookie of New York, the city of that Big Apple.
Wow.
So it's,
we're just on Drew Barrymore.
Drew Barrymore. Yeah.
Just like Drew Barrymore said our name, like I'm dying. It's
awesome.
it's so unbelievable, like this roller coaster of craziness. And I've been around Juan for so many years, of 10 years of him bodybuilding, that we go anywhere, people are like dying to get next to him, to touch him, to talk to him. And so that was normal, right, of our relationship. But it's kind of funny now to see people change that he's the cookie guy versus like if he's won an Arnold, he's won New York Pros, he's a top Olympian, but they're like, you do the cookies.
But what's cool now is I get to share, like we get to share the fame together, because now people see us together, like, oh my God, you guys are my cookie dealer. Yeah. And it's kind of cool. It's like, it's no longer just about me, it's us. So it's awesome, and it's even one of the things, even with doing this, which is, it's more mainstream, it's been fun. We've been able to work with the NFL. We've been able to do stuff with the Nets, Brooklyn Nets. Yeah. We've been Showtime. I don't know if you got to see that. We did a collab with Showtime.
Huge thing with Black Monday. If you've never seen the show, it's a really, if you like Wolf of Wall Street vibey kind of, it's a really good show on Showtime. We did their wrap ups that we did really fun flavors, and we did a special box. People don't know all the crazy stuff. Juan always yells at me because I am kind of quiet about it.
Well, I feel like it's something that's it's like you wouldn't know about the Showtime because we never posted it, but it should be something that should have been posted, because I think it's cool. It's like, it's stuff that you should be proud that our company has made it this far, and it's cool to be able to do these collabs with with these amazing other companies like the NFL, Showtime, the Nets, stuff like that. Like I think it's really cool. So it's like, it's like, I don't know.
I guess.
Well, Juan, this was coming eventually. So let's talk about your career. You had a great career. You won at least 7 shows. I might be missing a couple when I was trying to count them up.
I won 7. Yeah.
7. So you got an Arnold Classic win in Brazil. You got 2 New York Pro wins, Toronto Pro 2 wins, at the Olympia many times. You had I assume that you're retired now. So can you confirm or deny that you're good with the competing, or you might come back?
I don't want to say I'm retired, because the thing is, I don't know if I am. I like to work out. I still go to shows and I enjoy them. The only reason that's keeping me, like, there's a lot of things keeping me. I love the business. So as focused as I was with bodybuilding, that same craziness that I would have, that tunnel vision, I'm doing it with business.
Yes.
So unless I'm able to dedicate, the thing is, the reason why I will do both right now is because unless I'm able to give 5 hours a day to training, which right now would be impossible, I won't get back on stage. But I don't want to say, hey, I won't compete, and I know I love it, but I don't want to say no and then come back maybe next year, 2022, I decide, well, I'm in the gym because I'm going to start a nice little program starting next week in January, and I don't want to start back and say, well, you know what, I want to compete, and then say, oh, I just retired. So it's like,
Gotcha. But if you're looking at I know it's not all about money, but if you're looking at the amount of work and time you put into something versus what financially you can get out of it, this type of business seems like it has a lot more opportunity to do well and get a lot more back. You know, we all love bodybuilding, of course, but it's not the most lucrative sport in the world. Where something like this has like unlimited potential. This could get even as big as your company has got. I could see this getting much bigger than it is right now.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. It wouldn't be about financial reasons. I technically, I didn't do bodybuilding for financial reasons. I loved it. It's something that I loved, I was passionate about. You know, I haven't had to rely on a sponsor since 2015. I, you know, did my own thing so I can, you know, make enough money to provide for my family. And so it's like, to me, bodybuilding was something I love. I love training. I love just the good mental health, just eating better. Just my diet has been crap for the last 12 months. That's like January, I want to start getting back in a routine of training and working out and eating right. Something I love to do. I'm a bodybuilder for life. Yeah. So when I compete or I don't, it's something that I love and it's a lifestyle.
So we're really blessed now. Who would have ever thought that we would be sponsoring title crazy sponsoring at the Olympia? You know, just a cookie alone is costly, but we're sponsoring and giving so that these competitors, like there'll be plenty of cookie companies that do whatever, and they're not.
And they're not trying to get back to
No,
the
actual. You don't need, like I said, your cookies sell themselves. It's word of mouth. Everyone wants these cookies. But I'm at the Olympia and I see the logo up there, and I know that costs you guys. Sponsoring, being a title sponsor, it's not cheap. And that's you guys really giving back to the sport, to the Olympia, a few shows, not just the Olympia.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you know, you guys certainly are getting more, you're giving more back in that aspect than I think you're getting. Because like I said, the cookies are, you don't need to sell these cookies. I mean, man, I remember the first Olympia you sponsored was 2020, right?
Yep.
Yeah, let me tell you, you guys had boxes of cookies outside Sunday morning for the victory seminar with all the winners. Mm-hmm. You weren't there, but let me tell you what happened. So you had like 2 big boxes of cookies outside, and you should have seen people going with their backpacks and digging through and grabbing them. It was like you're giving away gold or diamonds or something. You should have seen this. It was insane. So yeah, props to you. They're delicious.
We love that too, especially traveling internationally and doing all of these things. The feeling after you compete and all of that stuff, and it's rewarding. You've worked all of that, you've done that. Yes, you'll eat different things, but being able to give that sweet fun, it's more.
Yeah. All right, so let's talk about what's behind you. So you guys are expanding into yet another venture. Where are you guys sitting right now? What's going on there?
So I've opened we'll be opening a fine dining restaurant. We're located in Huntington, and been working for the last couple months everywhere from custom made seats that are being put in right now to the custom tables. I'm working on a menu. Just really, it sounds silly, but every detail one, I can think that I'm crazy with certain things. I have to, if it's a utensil, I need to feel the fork, feel the weight of the fork, feel like it's really important that every sensory is hit here. We're going to have great food. It's going to be American fare that is kind of is a cop out because that means everything because we're a melting pot, right? So, but it's just going to be, when we've traveled the world and done different things, those meals that you go, that was killer, or that was really great. Let's do that, not only in that sense, but come somewhere that we love going out to dinner, especially places that want us to be there. You know, and we want to create that whole vibe, and everything from the drinks that we're coming up with. We're going to have a great brunch menu. I'm really excited. It's a totally different realm, but still customer service, still, you know.
So I'm sure people around you, friends, family, said, you guys have so much going on with my cookie dealer, and now you want to open a restaurant? Are you guys crazy?
Yes, we are. Yeah, the answer is yes.
And you have a young child. I mean, my goodness, you guys are, talk about hustling. God bless you two. Wow. So what's the name of the place going to be?
Reserve. Reserve.
And Huntington is at Long Island?
Yes.
You gotta forgive me, I don't know my
10
geography.
minutes away from the gym, 10 minutes away from Bev's.
Oh, okay. So hopefully some of those clients will come in for some fine dining, not just their standard chicken and rice. Wow.
We'll have we'll have that on the menu too.
So and when are you guys looking at opening?
With everything, it's, I'm making sure that I'm doing everything. If they say 1, 2, and 3, I do 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, so that it's never any issues. Where I am, I thought November, and
Okay.
here we are going into January. So I think mid-January we'll be there. I don't want to. Everything's taking longer now. The Northeast. I think all of the U.S. has COVID. I don't
Yeah.
know. I think
Yeah.
everybody. So that put like a 2 weeks. Then the holidays. So mid-January.
Okay. Just curious, the company's done so well. Sometimes other companies try to swoop in and buy it from you. Have you guys had any offers saying you don't need this company anymore? We'll take it over from you for X amount of dollars. Or are you definitely keeping that company forever?
We're definitely keeping it for, we still have a lot that we want to do even before we decide to even sell it. There's still a lot that untapped potential that we actually might be in the works for 2022. We've had a few meetings of stuff that could be very big potentials, but that is just stuff that we still, before we can decide, if we ever decide, it's just something that stuff we want to do to even make the company expand. And
There's still a lot to do here.
yes,
Yeah.
there you go.
Did I see that you guys were going to start selling cupcakes or something? Was that?
No,
Am I on crack? No? Okay. Where did I see that? All right,
Wait.
never mind.
We do a cookie crumb cake, and we layer.
That's it. That's it. Yeah.
Actually really good. I'll have to send you some.
I got it twisted. No, my wife keeps up. She's a big fan. She keeps up on everything. It's hilarious. She used to get so frustrated with those drops. Let me tell you. She wanted those cookies. I tell you, and she's on your side because she'd read all the comments and like people ask the most random, like, why can't I buy 3 cookies or 7 cookies? Or, it's like it's like 5 or 10. It's like certain quantities, right?
yeah, and the thing is, it's not like we don't want. I mean, it will probably benefit us to do that because then But the thing is, the shipping, the amount of orders that we get, if we had to, like ship out 2, like it would be insane. And then the packaging, then we would need even more boxes, and then that's more storage, and it's just,
And we're I don't know if you know this either. We actually opened 2 storefronts this year. We have 2 storefronts. We have one, they're in Tanger outlets. We have one in Riverhead, which is like in the Hamptons, and then one out here mid Long Island. It's called Deer Park.
Oh, wow.
Riverhead is a really cool vibe. It's got a full coffee bar. We actually work with a local roaster that does a bean just for us. It's really, really cool. It's fun. I love that. And then the one in Deer Park, it used to be a Johnny Rockets, and we converted the whole thing. And we do fun fries that are like pizza fries, General Tso's French fries. We do crazy shakes with our cookies in the shakes. And that one's a sit-down place. And we just had our daughter's 6th birthday in there. That was like just a sugar load of so much fun. It was cool.
Yeah, because Karen, as I'm sure you're aware, being married to a Latino, all desserts have to be consumed with coffee. It's like a mandatory. You must know that. So
Yeah.
that makes sense. But yeah, so 2 retail locations.
I too, even though people don't think that I am. But
You're also Latina?
I have a little bit, yes.
Oh, okay. My bad. I did not know that. Which country, can I ask?
I have a little bit of Spanish, Venezuelan, and a little bit of Cuban.
Okay. Oh, Cuban. Well, there you go. That you just got 10 extra points. Good for you. Yeah. Yeah. Cool. All right. So I guess I want to direct people to the website. You can order off the website, right? Yeah,
And we've opened it now 3 days a week, Wednesdays, Saturdays, and Sundays. We load up the new flavors at noon Eastern Standard Time.
Okay. So mycookiedealer.com, Instagram @mycookiedealer. You got so many great posts. Is that Juan? Is that always you breaking the cookies apart in the videos?
is that me?
Yeah.
Making them? No.
Because because that's the best. Those are the best videos where the cookies like breaking apart. And you can see all the gooey stuff in the middle. Yeah.
It's crazy because whenever I go on my, like I barely post now on my, I try to stay up, but I try to post something, I get so caught up. But whenever I post a video of me breaking a cookie and eating it,
Yeah.
everybody goes crazy. People get crazy of watching me eat a cookie.
Well, you know.
He asked me one day, he was going to do people, these eating videos.
Yeah, mukbang.
And he said, what should I eat? I go, I don't know. I think it's weird. Anybody wants to see you eat anything. I have no idea.
Is there a video where you had 24 of these cookies in one day, Juan?
You and Larry Wheels, you guys ate, not 24.
Not 24.
No.
Oh.
So I had one
They
video.
were drinking milk while they were like chugging gallon milk. Like,
No, there's a video where I was at one of my cheat days, and I was eating a cookie for breakfast with my regular stuff, and I forgot how many I ate in that video. Honestly, I don't remember, but
Okay.
it wasn't 24.
No, I think it was because
the day is 12.
I think the New York Times might have taken some liberties. They claimed that on one of your cheat days, you just ate cookies, like no real food. I'm like, I'm pretty sure Juan eats real food with his cheat meals, not just cookies. Yeah. You don't look like that eating just cookies. You gotta have some kind of meat in there somewhere. So do you still do the Sundays like that, Juan, or no?
Every day is Sunday now.
I mean, that was these food videos and stuff. You sort of originated that. They all kind of came after you. I remember.
Yeah, that's why I was the originator, and then but it's awesome, that I kind of started something, and it's like.
I love that people called it a challenge. It's like, it's not a challenge. It's just what I do.
Yeah,
I remember when I started that, everybody started trying to do that, and it was funny. It goes back, I think, even further now, because I was doing the food videos from my amateur days, and wow. That's even like I don't know if you remember, people on the forums just call me Mr. McDonald's, because everywhere people will find me, I was walking around with McDonald's in my hand. Yeah, McDiesel.
He would take a McChicken, a burger, and then take off the bun and
yeah.
Did you ever set like a personal record for calories in one day?
You know what? I don't know. I never really counted them. Like even at the time when they came out with that 20,000, that was one of my least amount of calories consumed. I just happened to be moving, and I wanted to do the video, but I mean, I have some impressive days that I've had, around friends that would be around me and they would see me eat, and they would just be like, "Oh my God, that's not even humanly possible." How are you doing that?
You know that what is it, Tommy Boy, when he's eating and he's like, "I can hear you getting fatter," and he's just eating and eating, and I would get angry with him because he was just eating just so gluttonous and then passing out. We used to every Sunday morning we used to go to Cold Stone. Every Sunday morning, they didn't open it until 11. We would sit in the parking lot at 10:30, and the manager started coming in early, and then he would pass out in the car, eating and eating,
No,
and then have probably drop weight the next day and abs and
Yeah, that's the craziest thing is, Juan. I've seen you for probably 12 years or more. I've never seen you. If I had to put a number on the body fat, I doubt you've ever been more than like 8% body fat the whole time I've ever seen you.
I was always really lean to our competitive years,
Yeah.
So.
Well, you started off, you were a thinner guy when you started, if I remember. So
165, 170, something like that.
So that metabolism is still under all that bulk somewhere.
It's there. Like I eat now so much food, and I'm holding that 250, and I eat like an animal every day. That's why January I'm going to start. I need to get back, and I just want to feel good. I want to just get back into like bodybuilding shape.
Right on. Karen, what's your metabolism like, Karen?
She has a pretty good metabolism.
Yeah. I don't eat well. I honestly, I'm that kind of person. If I have something on my mind, I need to do these things. It's the same thing. I would rather eat a cold meal and have all my dishes clean. It's just the way that my mind is. And if I've got many things going on, that's just the way that I am. Yeah.
Cool. All right. Well, guys.
I'll eat cheese and carbs.
Yeah. Congratulations on all the success. Well deserved. You know, it's a great product. I don't know if you ever heard that old cliche, build a better mousetrap and the world will beat a path to your door. You guys made a better cookie. Because I've had a lot of cookies in my time. And I'm not just blowing smoke. These are some of the most delicious cookies I've ever had in 52 years of life on this earth. So whatever you're doing, keep doing it. You do it so well. Guys, anyone out there, and so many bodybuilders love these cookies. They're every bodybuilder's like go-to for right. They order your cookies for a show, so they'll have them in their hotel room right when the show's over. I see these posts all the time. I'm sure you guys do. They tag you on them and stuff. So yeah.
And it's still us on the other side of all of this. We're still answering everybody. We're the ones here. We're doing it.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great success story. It just goes to show you, work your ass off come out with something that better than everyone else has come out with. And, you know, success is just a byproduct really. So, yeah.
We appreciate you so much, Ron. And we thank the Muscular development team for, you know, wanting to interview us. And, you know, thank you for the years of support and always being there.
All right, man. Well, thank you guys for doing this. Appreciate it. And guys, please subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like the video with that thumbs up thing. Do all the notifications and all that. We appreciate you watching. This has been the Ronlne Report with the couple behind my cookie dealer, Juan and Karen Morel. Thanks for watching.